Jackson Podcast.
Like the YNs, I don't support that YN generation, y'all. I'm apologizing ahead of time if you a YN and you love that name, bro. But that YN's like, I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. I love God too much to be a YN. I'm just put it at that, bro. I love myself too much to be a YN, bro. You can call me an your YOG, whatever it is, but that whole, like, we have a common enemy, and y'all want to, you know what? Y'all want to kill our own people, dog. Like, come on, man. I'm good. Anybody killing our own people? Again, I know war is war. I'm not getting into any gang politics. I shout out to all and salute to all the OGs out there that's really putting the morals and principles into these youngins and putting their best foot forward and being family men. But yeah, that generation, this young, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Y'all can have that name. Y'all can have that shit. I don't want nothing. I don't anything to do with it. I'm not connected to it. Nothing.
Salute to Kyrie Irving off top. I want to tell y'all ahead of time, I appreciate y'all for subscribing to my platform. Since the last episode, we have had over 1,000 subscribers. Salute to all y'all. If you're an OG on the platform, you know, thank you for your continuous support and being here and handling business. You know, we got a lot to discuss. I took a week off for Labor Day weekend so I could spend time with the family. But to the OGs, salute to y'all. Give yourself a round of applause. You know, before I start the podcast off, I want to shout out to all my folks that's working hard, driving trucks. If you in another city and you're handling business and you support me and you doing your thing, shout out to my folks in NY, Chicago, Atlanta, my hometown, Knoxville, Tennessee. Salute to y'all, man. Another round of applause. We about to create the vibes, though. Get straight to the music. Get straight to the energy. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is going to be a long-form discussion. And if you want to see the clips throughout the week, just stay tuned, subscribe to the channel and everything. But give yourself another round of applause. Let's get to it.
I play the street life because there's no place I can go. Street life, it's the only life I know. Street life, and there's 1,000 parts to play. Street life, until
You know, I played that song to introduce the pod because on my platform, I normally don't talk about street discussions, snitching, and part of the negative culture in hip hop. You see the intro I played, Kyrie Irving talking about he don't support the YN culture. I really don't like that YN terminology neither though, because it categorizes people. At one point in time in my life, I was a young nigga. But you know, I hate to see the current state of the young black man. And I've done a lot of episodes talking about, did the OGs fail the youth? Now, the OGs will say that the youth don't listen to them. But at the end of the day, you have to set an example for them to want to listen to you. It's just an interesting take because I'm not for the YN culture neither. I hate to see, you know what I'm saying, us harming each other, us not, and I don't even want to identify with that at the end of the day, but I don't like to see what's going on in the culture. That's what I'm going to say about that. And this episode is going to be all over the place because I haven't done a show in a couple of weeks, but it's going to be a good conversation. You know, Young Thug released music, had a whole bunch of phone calls released about him, and I got a crazy take on that. Also, Druski went viral for being in white body. They don't call it white face. We can't call it white face because his whole body was pale, and he was red at the same time. Also, we got to talk about Beanie Sigel and Jadakiss supposed to be releasing music. What's going on in Chicago? That's part of the street culture also. We're going to talk about that most definitely. I want to discuss the Brittany Renner and PJ Washington situation because I feel like it's necessary. As a married man, I must have these type of discussions. It's just necessary. But, you know, I got a couple of more records I want to play. I want to keep introducing the podcast, keep telling y'all how my week was and things that was going on. And in the comment section, tell me how y'all week was. You know, I want to know how y'all celebrated Labor Day. What's been going on in your life. Hit the like button, man, and subscribe to the channel. Share the show if you want to see us evolve. But we're going to keep getting into this music because that's just what I do. You know, on my platform, it's a hip-hop platform. I normally react to albums or whatever. I'm going to react to that Drake, I don't even know what it's called at the end of the Iceman 3 series, the live that he put up on his YouTube channel. I'm going to react to the songs that was released from that because, you know, this is a pivotal point in Drake's career. But before we get into that, let's get into the music. Let's keep the vibes going, the music going. This is that Georgie Porgy off of that Ghostface Killer. Let's go.
Yeah. Yo. Okay. You know niggas can't write like this, right? 1, 2. Okay. Let's about to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna show these niggas something. Who pen game? Yeah. Yeah. Yo, we used to rob niggas left and right. A fiend try to get slick with slap and crush they pipes. Strong on robberies, all done in harmony. Raise my weapon and then bow, hit an artery. Race to the staircase, shoot out the lights, and let off a few shells at the door on the right. They got dust, weed, half pound of E. Under the couch, a shotgun, 12 keys. Bow, another shot, and the door flew open. Mega snow on the table, a fiend is still smoking. She roll out of respect, threw 4 in the chest. Heard some niggas in the back with a rude dialect, screaming cruise direct. You can lose thy neck. The dread said blood clot, bigger fools die west. That's when I heard them, load them cocking their guns in the back room. Turned on the vacuum, maybe I'll distract them. Got them. Gathered all of the babies in the bathroom. Take your little Cheetos. I'll be back soon. I knew the dread that cut off his hair and wore a half moon. 4 gold teeth, caught a body in Cancun. Droppers like Equinox up in the spot. I'm talking about waist stashing all the TVs and clocks. But hold on, one nigga came out running, got it jumping. I dip behind the wall, squeeze and start dumping. Number 1 crash dummy. He was bluffing, almost got his head ripped off. Straight for nothing, of course. Heard the chainsaw like I was the main course. They was ordered to eat my food, called by the main boss. Yeah, a hail of bullets, a rain of terror. Pictures hanging off the wall, can't put them back together. Curtains and Clorox bottles, holes forever. The ball's furniture was damaged to cream leather.
I'm good for commentation.
Yeah, we good for that.
I guess I don't have patience, not no more.
Yeah, I ain't got that type of shit no more, motherfucker. Let's go.
Yes, I can get dramatic.
Facts.
I'll put that Bozo's attic on the wall.
Blow, blow, blow. Right over there, nigga.
Somebody should've just have told you, but listen, nigga, I won't hold you. We ain't playing no games.
Nah, nigga, you know what it is.
You wanna learn, I will mold you.
I'll mold you.
Niggas in the street will fold you. Better stay in your lane.
Right there, nigga.
know, I ain't gonna play no more music. I'm ready to get to the conversation, man. You know, the streets, I feel like it's famished. I feel like with Trump in office, it's making us aware of some things that need to be addressed. The Democratic Party, I always talk about politics on my channel, and I'm an independent individual. But the Democratic Party rocked black folks to sleep and make people think that this country was trying to make a turnaround and they was really for us. And, you know, they rock folks to sleep with convenience. And now that Trump is back in that office, you see the adversity, you see the foolishness, and all type of stuff that's being spewed. So I feel like the street life, we got to come out of that, man. Black folks, young folks got to stop harming each other. That's just what it is. If we want to evolve. A lot of folks will say circumstances is why people react the way they react, Trev. You got to sympathize with that. But I come from that environment myself, and I can't sympathize with it because didn't nobody sympathize with me. When people were shooting at my car, I didn't know. When folks was telling on me left and right. When people was trying to put that pistol on me and harm me for no reason at all. And that's not the victim mentality. It's just that didn't nobody sympathize with me, so ain't nobody going to sympathize with you. So you got to get yourself out of that. The street life is over, dog. You know, we're in a stage where evolution is mandatory or you will not be here any longer. Now, this Young Thug situation, I got my first clip queued up because I feel like this is one of the most important things that was said out of all of these phone calls that was released. We're going to go over a majority of them. We're going to go over the interview that he just did with Big Bank. But I want to play this clip first just to start the conversation off.
It's one thing for the police to be like, do you know who killed your friend? I feel like it's one thing to be like, I know who killed him. But it's another thing to get on stand and testify against somebody.
Nah, ain't no one thing to say I know who killed my friend. Man, who killed your friend?
I'm just
I don't know.
little confused on him, about him.
Like, the police didn't know nothing about him. P gave the information about him. Like, because a friend died in the spot. So it's like the police get there, it's just a dead body. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea on what happened. The police is like blind to the fact. Like, he gave them the information. Like, man, this man, I know who I seen. This man killed my friend. Y'all not gonna tell me who I seen. One of them. Went to court. Went to the nigga trial. Nigga named Stoner. Went to his trial. Yeah. Did what wrong. You know it. That nigga know he did what's wrong. Not right. No.
Stop, Tootie.
He was in the spot. Him and his friend got robbed. I think the friend tried to book. The friend tried to book on the nigga and got killed.
And he went and told the police.
Yeah, I told. Right then, called the police. Stayed at the house. Called the police. Police got there. Hey, they got named Stunner. No, he left. He called the police and left. I guess it was something out.
Did you guess what?
I said, I guess it was something in the house, so he didn't stay in the house. Yeah. He called the pigs and left. That's a fact. Police got there. Nobody went in the house. Just a dead man. You know. He told him off top. I know who did it. Now the nigga, so Pete left at the house. I guess he didn't want the police to know that he was in the spot. So he left at the spot. And then he seen the nigga in the mall Like, I think like a month later, he called the police in the mall. Hey man, I see the man who killed my friend in the mall. Then he
lined them up and everything.
Yes, he came in the store, pulled the gun out, told the nigga get on the ground. Like, man, fuck nigga, get on the ground.
That's what P did?
Yes. P put the gun on
to the nigga.
P put the gun on the nigga so the nigga couldn't leave them all. Then the police came there and got him. He made him stay in there till the police got there. He said, this man killed my friend. I'm scared for my life. He trying to kill me. That's a fact. It's a finished fact. He used to be signed to Gucci. P used to be signed to Gucci Man. When Gucci Man found out that shit, he dropped the nigga. Because P used to try to rap.
Well, they still friends, so how's that?
Yeah. Go out, end up going to jail. I gave you, got him turned soft. Started fucking with a nigga.
Oh, man. You know what's interesting about that, and I want to know y'all perspective on this. I've seen a lot of people talking about, like, why was he talking and speaking like that on the jail phone, knowing that it's being recorded? You know, you can have a cellular phone, but those people are trying to retain information, and this is $1 million case. So what would make you think that the people that you contact on a regular basis phone isn't tapped? You could have a cellular phone, but your cellular phone could be tapped too. Now, my perspective of this, who has all of this information? Who is getting all of these calls and releasing these calls, trying to, you know, end Thug's career? It seems as if somebody was really, you know, upset that he beat his trial. Well, he didn't even beat his trial. He got to come home and was released from his trial and was able to continue on with his career. And now they're trying to slander his name and put these calls out, because I never seen nothing like this before. Now, I want to say something about QCP, because he released a statement. I'm going to read it to y'all. I didn't make the clips for it to read to y'all, though. Even though I could put it up on the screen right here on my phone, I'm about to read it. But one thing I want to say is that to the young folks, man, you don't got to be street for life, dog. You just don't got to be street for the rest of your life. It's not necessary. The reason I say that is because, like, I removed myself from that lifestyle. It's not something that I felt as if I needed to be and do for the rest of my life. The only reason I was participating in those activities is so I could get away from that environment. That's the only reason. Now, I don't understand the perspective when people get millions of dollars and they want to stay that way. They want to stay tough. They feel like it's beneficial to be that way. It's beneficial to be in cliques and gangs and running and doing negative stuff. I just don't understand it. So when he said Gucci Man was soft, what's interesting about that is that I seen a change in Gucci Man. And Gucci Man was more reckless than Thug, throwing females out the car, shooting people that was connected to Jeezy, and then rapping about it in the versus battle in Jeezy's face. You know, Gucci Man was a reckless individual. But now looking at his lifestyle, he's become healthy. He has children. He's staying out the way. And he's moving on with his life. QCP released a statement that sounds similar to that. I'm gonna read it to y'all. Imagine some broke ass rats like Thugger Thugger and Pee Wee Roscoe. He said Ratsko. Trying to run a rat narrative on me and all my niggas that I love running with these hoe ass niggas. Knowing how these niggas talk about me. I'm gonna say this for the last time. I'm not no street nigga. I'm a tax-paying citizen that's running a business and taking care of my family. All the street niggas is broke, dead, and in jail. Why do y'all continue to glorify this shit? Question. Streets been dead. Y'all niggas gave the city a bad name. And by the way, I ain't never been in no courtroom on no nigga. Sat in no interrogation room running niggas' names. And I don't speak on the dead, so I don't care enough to explain the situation. Y'all boys the police, y'all niggas mad, y'all not me. You know, he explained that eloquently. The best part that he said in that whole thing is that I'm not no street nigga. I'm a tax-paying citizen that's running a business and taking care of my family. He removed himself from the narrative. Now, this snitching narrative and keeping it real with the streets narrative, if you're involved in street activities, I can understand you wanting to be real and you having feelings and emotions attached to it. But your goal should be to remove yourself from it. I don't think that's what Thug understood. You up millions of dollars and you still living that lifestyle. Now, he spoke on other individuals. I'm going to continue to talk about Thug, though, but I want to play the clips. And after we get on this Thug topic, we're going to go over to the viral clip from Druski. But I want to play this audio for y'all where Thug was talking about Drake and Metro Boomin. You know, this was interesting to me.
And
let me pause it first.
some songs that
So I got the full breakdown. We're going to be listening to this for a minute. I'm going to be pausing it and giving my perspective on it. But this is the origins of the Drake and Metro Boomin beef. Now, we heard Joe Budden talking about this on this platform, and he broke it down eloquently. He knew some stuff that the people didn't know early. But we're going to play the audio and just check this out. And in the comment section, man, help me out. Help me out. Let's further this discussion, man. I'm going to be in there with y'all, man. Real talk. I would do my shows live, but I prefer pre-records, and I hope y'all appreciate the quality of the audio, the quality of the visual, because that's why I do pre-recorded shows, so I can control the quality. Let's get to it.
I guess you and Travis had done.
Yeah.
And he had added to it, and like Metro produced it.
Yeah.
And he had done it for his album, and his album is coming out Friday, right?
Metro album, right?
Nah, so Drake had done some stuff on it, and Drake was going to put it on Drake's album. And Drake's album comes out Friday.
Yeah.
And I guess like Drake had turned his album in and then tried to get it cleared, and Metro was like, nah, like I don't like what you did with it. And then saying he wasn't in the right headspace, and Drake like called me last night, like trying to be, you know, like he's like, man, I wanted to put Thug on the album. I wanted to, you know, like show how much I support, you know what I mean? Because the album's gonna be big or whatever. And he was kind of calling me, asking me like, is there any way or anything I could think of how to help him or help the situation? Because it would be a big look for you to be on that album, especially after like the Summer Jam. Like we got 35,000 signatures on the petition. Like things are going in a good direction, you know what I mean? But
and what the petition is for?
The petition is like to protect black art.
To protect black art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got like 35,000 people signing that already.
What they trying to get to?
Say it again?
What number they trying to get to?
There's no particular number. It's just like to keep raising awareness, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if we get to 50,000, that's pretty solid, you know?
Yeah. What you think? What you?
I'm just asking your opinion, like, you know, obviously it's a sensitive time for Metro, so it's like kind of a weird thing to like call him about.
Nigga definitely finna call him about that. Like, nigga definitely ain't finna call that nigga about that.
Yeah, I wonder if Drake had called him or not. No, Drake talked to him. I don't think he called him. I think he texted him and then he sent him a voice note. Right, because I wonder what Metro said on the phone. No, they didn't speak of it. Or I wonder how he set it up with text, like vibe-wise.
But I'm saying, like, how I don't understand how anybody could approach him about music right now. So that's why I'm just saying, like, it ain't nothing I could even think to say. Even if I be like, bro, you know, it's really just about supporting me, bro, and just, you know, trying to get us out and just get us back with y'all and just woo. But it's like, your mama dead, so it's like, she ain't never coming back. Like, nigga, F Thug trying to get out of jail. Like, nigga, what? Nigga ain't even in the right headspace. Nigga trying to hurt themselves. You think a nigga, what? You think a nigga finna tell Drake, man, I don't like that. No, I ain't clean it. You think a nigga finna tell Drake that? he told Drake that he meant it.
Right.
If you tell Drake this, you meant it. And Drake's so stupid, he probably just sent the stupidest condolences like, yeah, bro, sorry for moms, and you know I'm here for you, bro, whatever you need. Just like something stupid. Instead of giving a nigga some wisdom or something real, you probably just said some crazy stuff on the phone, which is, you still genuine, you know what I'm saying? But you probably said something like that, and then you come right back 2-3 weeks later like, yo, let me get this song.
That's very interesting because it was a narrative pushed by DJ Academics that Metro Boomin was upset with Drake because Drake slept with his girlfriend, some sort of sexual allegations or whatever. But we hearing from whoever this is on this phone call with Young Thug that he was trying to put somebody to work when their mother just passed away. That's interesting, man. And Thug was on the phone call saying that, forget Thug, forget me, my mom just passed away. If your mom passed away, that is what you're prioritizing. You could care less about music. You could care less about if a nigga sleeping with your girlfriend. You know, I haven't experienced that in life. I love my mom to death. If anybody think that I'm supposed to do anything for them and something happens to my mom, my wife, my sister, my father, or anything, somebody that I'm going to only have one of, then you the problem. So obviously Drake was the problem. When we look at this whole situation that Drake has got himself involved in, he has been the problem because all the people that he was beefing with wanted to be connected to him so they could continue on getting the bag. Let's continue with the audio though. This is interesting.
Right.
Instead of, you know, like doing the whole real procedure, calling the nigga every single day, calling the nigga every day, just figuring it out, getting with a nigga. Like, hey, where you at? I'm finna get on the plane and come chill with you, bro. Like, you using the fact that you Drake as a weapon now, and the nigga just not feeling that right now, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like, you supposed to get on your big old plane and went to where a nigga was when a nigga mama died, because you really mess with a nigga. So you supposed to get on your plane and went to where a nigga was. Where you at, bro? You in Atlanta? All right. I'll be there tonight. Like, nigga, I'm coming to chill with you a week straight, whatever. Because if I was out of jail, I would definitely be with Metro Boomin probably right now. Or I probably right now just be leaving them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it ain't even about music right now. It's just like so much. But I understand Drake's perspective too. Like, nigga, it's like, nigga, if life goes on, we gotta keep moving. You know, I respect that, and that's true. That's the honest truth. Because it's like, okay, what you gonna do? Your mom passed away. It ain't nothing you could do. So like, what you gonna do now? You just gonna say, just F everything in the world and just never return, you know? Or you gonna just be like, you know what? I'm gonna keep going for my mom, you know? But that ain't nothing that. Don't even, nigga, you call a nigga in jail fighting for his life, talking about ask Doug what he can do. Man, what you mean, ask Doug? Man, you need to get in touch with the president, Drake. That's what you need to do. I'm dealing with a serious situation, but I don't give no fuck about no album. Like, it's a cool look, whoop to do. Nigga, I'm fighting for my life. You think I give a fuck about an album, nigga? Nigga, sign a partition. Nigga, put the partition up on your page. That's what you do. Like, you calling somebody goddamn album, somebody a great look for an album. Man, fuck an album, nigga. I don't give a damn about no album. Like, say some motherfucking real sentences. Nigga, mama died. You talking about a fucking album. This nigga mama died. I'm dealing with real life shit. Travis done got goddamn 11 murders on his hand. Nigga, you know, get your mustache back, son of goddamn. You know what I'm saying? I get it though. Like, if it was up to me, I'd be like, yeah, bro, go ahead and do it. But Metro ain't me. Metro ain't no person who just like, Metro like fucked up. This nigga mama dead, nigga. Like, what are you talking about? We ain't even talking about no music. Beat it. Like, nigga, my mama dead. Never coming back. You over here goddamn playing beats and man, you don't get your just being real, like, you know, we got songs we can give him. I don't care about that. We can give a nigga a song, nigga don't care about that. Like, give him nasty nigga. Like, get that nigga a song that I feel like will be really, really big and just be like, yo, like, even you could say this what I said, I don't care. Like, or something. Because that's the only thing I can think of. I ain't never in my life been a call Metro about no song.
You know, Drake has showed his disdain with America as a whole. Artists, producers, podcasters, interviewers, journalists. He showed his disdain as a whole because he wasn't considerate of other people's situations. Young Thug situation. You see what he said? Nigga, I'm facing life. Nigga, I could care less about a song. Metro Boomin Mom Pass, I could care less about a song. I wonder if they will ever collaborate again, and if, Drake is even considerate of that. I know it may be more audio out of him speaking highly of Drake, even though he was on the Big Facts, not the Big Facts, he was on Big Bank's podcast yesterday talking about Drake sent them a bankroll. He said, Gunna didn't send me nothing. Drake sent me something. And I don't want to go too deep into that because I got the clips for that also later on in the show. But I want to switch the topic up and get on this Druski thing. I seen this viral clip. I seen people going crazy about this viral clip. And, I didn't know what to think about it at first because if people do blackface, white folks do blackface, we'll be in an uproar. We seen Drake do blackface. And folks was still accepting Drake for who he was. Blackface represents something differently, though. But I feel like what Druski done and the sensitivity and this sensitive time in America, I find it very entertaining. Druski might be up there as one of the top skit makers in the game right now. But, we don't need more of a divide as Americans. Not black, white, as Americans as a whole. And I'm going to play the clip. I want to know y'all thoughts in the comment section. We're going to further this discussion, and I'm going to tell y'all my thoughts of it after I play the clip. Let's go.
Here's the love. Here's the honor. If you can't come in her, come on her. Yeah! Hey, Suanna.
She's not listening.
Hey, come up. You need to listen to your nana. Go ahead, baby.
6 o'clock.
Girl, you crazy now. Hey, me Ma. How you doing, baby? How you doing, baby? Good. All right now. Mama. Hey, you lost, boy?
No, I'm going to the race.
What race?
NASCAR race.
You going to NASCAR?
Yes, sir. A little bit.
You ain't lost, did you?
No, I'm good. I'm going to the race, sir.
Sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Find something safe to do, boy. Yeah. If liquor don't kill us, pussy must. Oh, that fucker will go. I see. Dan Arthur.
Randy Van Devin.
Dan Arthur. Oh, South Dakota.
Yeah.
Damn right. Proud to be American.
A lot of times I say black folks are on a monolith. And people will probably think that I'm defending white people by saying this. But white people are on a monolith also. We all aren't the same. I don't know the percentage of people that is like what Druski portrayed, but I live in the Carolinas right now, and we have one of the biggest racetracks, NASCAR racetracks in the country. And I'm from Tennessee, a place where it's different. Bristol is there and everything. So I've been to NASCAR races and stuff like that. And I want to say he's accurate in some ways he isn't. But did I find that hilarious? When I first seen it, it was super hilarious. The second time I seen it, it was funny too. Looking at y'all reactions was even funnier. But now I've come to calm down. It's nothing new no more. It's just a skit. Is it racist? Is it portraying white people in a way that white men that it participates in those NASCAR races in a way that's wrong? No. It's actually accurate, but I don't know the percentage of it. You know, even a guy he went viral that looked just like him on TikTok and X and everywhere was a guy saying, this looks just like me. And it did. I ain't even gonna cap to you. I wish I would have clipped that up and played that also, but it did. But one thing I want to say to the black community, though, that is vouching for this, though, are we going to be offended when white people start dressing up like YNs? You know, when they start doing the things that they find as if it's like blasphemous about us, because there's some things that they can portray that, you know, will have us in an uproar. And I'm not defending nobody, but it's some things that they can portray that'll have us in an uproar. Can a white person act as if they're us at a basketball game or at a concert or somewhere else like that, and it go viral and we don't be whining and crying and talking about canceling them? Because it's one comedian that's already talking about doing it. And he's a podcaster that I frequent. I'm going to read his thing to y'all. Theo Vaughn, he said, wow, anyone do her? Hit me up in my DMs. I feel a jury curl coming on soon. You know what's crazy? I feel it. Jury curls is outdated, Theo. You could do something different. You know, I feel as if he's, you know, just being messy and trolling and trying to create a viral moment, though. But I don't see why they wouldn't do anything back, portraying us in a way that is hilarious and funny. And could it be counselable? Because, you know, Druski made Fox News, he made CNN, he made a whole bunch of major platforms, and people talking about this is distasteful. To me, I feel like it was entertaining, it was interesting, it was hilarious. But, you know, what's y'all thoughts in the comment section? Let's further the discussion below, man. I really want to know y'all thoughts on that. Before I get back into this Young Thug conversation, though, I want to play the 21 Savage call, because to me, 21 Savage gave Young Thug some sound advice when he was locked up or whatever, though. But before I get into that, though, I want to take a small break and play some music. And, you know, this song really stuck out to me this week because Young Thug was pillow talking. To me, he was doing a lot of pillow talking. On the phone, talking about this entertainer, talking about the music business, talking about who these niggas snitching, those niggas snitching. Let's get to the record, though. Let's go. Salute to Sylvia. The record is titled Pillow Talk, something from the 70s, man. Just creating a vibe for y'all so we can continue on with the discussion so you can make it through your drive, through your work day. You know, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're showing love, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Salute. Give yourself a round of applause. We're going to get back into this Young Thug conversation because it was trending. It's super viral all week. And this conversation with 21 Savage was important. It was something that I think that, you know, the streets needed to hear, the perspective of the advice he gave of what to do with Gunna, by him being his CEO, by him being his mentor, and the way that Young Thug was speaking was malicious towards Gunna. But let's get into it, though. Let's get right to it.
Yo.
Bruh.
Yo.
What's going on? You good?
Yeah, what's going on?
Man, chilling. Where you at? You in the town?
Nah, I'm on the west.
Man, bro, I'm trying to drop an album the same day Gonna drop, bro. You need to. Y'all sent you a song. Put a verse on it.
That nigga ain't send me no song.
It's in your text message.
I ain't see no song. When he supposed to drop? Man, that nigga ain't finna drop.
He dropped Friday, nigga. How you think I ain't gonna know he signed me?
He dropped Friday for sure?
Man, 100%. Friday. I can hold his shit back if I want to. If my album don't be ready, I can hold it back. But Drake already sent a song called, the name of my album, I'm gonna drop my album on the same day he dropped, and it's called Business is Business. Then I'm gonna drop an album the very next week after that. It's gonna be a singing album, and it's called Love You Later.
Yeah. What song? Hold on, I'm about to send it to you.
When you gonna go to the Yo and do it for me, bro?
Yeah.
You might be asleep.
Yeah, I got it this time. Nah, I'm on the way to this shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna just tell him, book one. You good though?
Most definitely. I'm really trying to fuck nigga whole shit up.
You been drinking water, right?
Most definitely. But that's all they got to do.
Yeah.
And them motherfucking water. That's all them folks got. You wouldn't believe I done fell in love with water, bro.
Yeah.
You been drinking it?
Yeah. Got to.
Yeah. Well, you kept it here. Man, bro, please go to the studio and do the song, bro.
Yeah, I'm finna do it. I'm saying, I don't think you should play it like that, bro.
Why?
I feel like you should have just made that nigga come in.
This the interesting part.
Like cleaned his face up and made him come in more. Like, if I need 80% of everything, 70%, I'm gonna tarnish your face card. Because you gotta think about it, but bro, at the end of the day, bro, you did what you did, but we gotta capitalize on everything we do in life, bro. Like, at the end of the day, saying fuck a nigga, what that's really finna get a nigga for real.
Oh, definitely. You know, I still get 50% of a nigga album anyway, though, whatever album. but goddamn.
Yeah, but shit.
That's right.
It's still just like it's the money though. Like shit, nigga can get the money by telling the world like, well, I told him to do that just cause like.
Business is business.
I want to pause it for a minute and speak to what I just heard. You know, right now in life, I prioritize intentions and interest. And I speak about that a lot on the channel. A lot of people catch it and they react to it and they reach out to me and be like, why intentions and interest, Trev? You know, I understand what Gunna did was wrong. You know, all that yes, ma'am, this and that. he portrayed an image throughout his records and his raps that he was a street nigga. This is just, for what I seen. I could be wrong, but he portrayed an image as if he was what he was participating in. So when he went up there and said that, yes, YSL is a gang, yes, these people did this, yes, ma'am, and yes, ma'am, this, I can understand why Thug has a disdain taste for him. He feels betrayed and all of that because he invested in him. He wanted to see him win. He put him in position. He invested millions in him. So for what he said. And from what I seen too, though, because when Gunna first came out, nobody knew who Gunna was, to be honest with you. We just knew he was connected to Thug. So I understand that. But one thing I want to tell Thug is that in life, moving forward takes you removing yourself and removing your disdain from people. It could be hard, but it's necessary. Right now, people's perception of Thug is bad. He's a rat. He's this. He speaks too much. He's talking too much, but he's getting a lot of viral attention. If I was him, I'd have them records ready to drop right now. I dropped them records right now. Y'all see, I released one of his videos on my channel, and salute to Thug for that. He made it, it was a leak, non-monetizable. I'm going to make me a couple of dollars off of it. Salute to that. Real talk, because I'm just trying to get me some paper also, though. But what I'm going to speak to about moving forward in life is that I heard him tell 21 Savage that, I'm trying to fuck his shit up. I'm releasing Business is Business. Because I feel like that title, Business is Business, is him saying that I'm going to do you wrong, but business is business. You shouldn't have signed the paperwork and you wouldn't be in this position. Listening to Thug talk and ask 21 Savage for a verse, he sound anxious on that phone call. 21 Savage told him, I don't think you should play it like that. That really stuck out to me, because hearing how anxious Young Thug was and him trying to get stuff together, 21 Savage was in a state of calmness. And he spoke to him calm. You tarnishing his name isn't beneficial for you or him. It could be more beneficial for you if you don't tarnish his name. And you say that you're going to muddy up his face card by saying something bad about him. And that disdain and that betrayal and that hatred that he has for Gunna hasn't did nothing but elevate Gunna and hurt him. That's crazy. Let's continue to listen to the audio.
At the same token, is like, shit, you feel how you feel, so I ain't gonna tell you how you feel. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I don't, in my heart, but I don't feel like Chowder did what he did with the intention of hurting you. You feel what I'm saying? I don't really get that vibe from him. I feel like he just draining.
Hell no. Okay. Is it anything in the entire world, if me and you were locked up and I told you to do that, would you do it?
Well, we different types of niggas, though.
Not here we ain't.
He ain't, bro, that nigga, he, I'm saying, like, we honor loyalty different than probably what he do to a certain extent.
Most
definitely. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Not like we different, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't know though. Like, man, bro, you seen your brother, Pete?
Most definitely.
But he said you told him to do that.
Man, watch out.
Man, oh God, that's what he telling the street.
Man, oh God, he kept. On that same God, he kept. Man, he come and put me to take a plea and tell lies on me, to get me sent out of road. Man, I ain't trying to be no motherfucking jail cell. Man, I don't know the hell. Bro, that nigga just broke my heart, bro. I can't believe that nigga, bro. What the fuck, bro? And they said YSL should end, bro. Then they said yes, ma'am, bro. Like, bro, we really made, like, bro, nigga really made you a made man, bro.
Damn, bro. Yeah, man, drop the album, man. I forgot about that.
Yeah, YSL should end. That nigga said yes, ma'am. God damn, bro. Like, that's crazy, nigga. I'd rather die before I ever in my life switch up on Lil Man. I'm dying. I don't give a damn. We ain't never got a part of the same goddamn organization, music group. We ain't got to be a part of none of that. I ain't no switch up on what? I be beefing with you and still don't switch up though.
Well, God.
You see what I'm saying? Like I just don't respect it, bro. Nigga, you took a plea first, so you done never made it cool for everybody else to take a plea, nigga. Like I don't respect that. I ain't got no respect for that, bro. For that nigga, man, you and Jeffrey Williams in the car. It was a gun and drugs in the car. Was it yours?
He probably said that though, bro.
100%, but you.
That's the only part I don't agree with. I disagree with you on. The other shit, he bet I wrong. But that, like, nigga, it wasn't yours neither. It was the nigga who took the charge shit. It wasn't none one of y'all. We supposed to say it was more than us in that car.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what he's supposed to say.
That's all I'm saying. Because the DA ain't telling the judge. The DA ain't telling the judge and the jury that it was 3 people in the car. They making it seem like it's only me and him in the car. He supposed to straighten that up off top. Like, nah, that was goddamn the other nigga shit. He took the charge. You just sitting there saying, yeah, man, like he ain't got no backbone. Yeah. I don't respect that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I got 2 takes from this. I'm gonna continue to move forward in the conversation, but I feel like, you know, that laugh. I've heard that laugh a lot this previous week from Young Thug, and to me, that's a laugh. That's a laugh of pain. That's not a laugh of nothing is funny. He's laughing away the pain. I've been there before where shit hurt so bad it's just hilarious. I just can't believe it. But, you know, a lot of individuals, they look out for themselves first. We living in a time and an era in this world where more people are individualist. They're individualizing themselves. That's why snitching is so, you know, relevant to this time in this era. I feel like they spoke about loyalty a lot in that, and I feel like that's a dead statement. I need to research and look at the definition of loyalty because, to be honest, sorry, y'all. To be honest with y'all, I feel like it don't exist anymore, especially when it comes to the streets. Loyalty can exist in legal business. Loyalty can exist in a relationship. Loyalty can exist when you're talking about family members. But nowadays, family isn't always your blood. Family is the people who have good intentions for you and is looking out for your best interest. Intentions and interest. That's the type of time that I'm on right now. You know, because, you know, loyalty, he said, 21 Savage said, we're under a different loyalty. When you're in a situation, we can see how loyal you're going to be to your friends, to your loved ones, when that situation is volatile, when that situation is something that's damaging of you and can hinder you for the rest of your life. Now, I want to play a little bit of this video. And I'm going to cue up while I'm playing this video, the conversation that Young Thug had on the phone with Mariah, the scientist. I remember seeing her in D.C. She's a very talented individual. And I like her music and her skill set, though. But I want to cue up the conversation that he was having with her about QCP and Lil Baby. But before I get into that, I'm going to play a little bit of the video for y'all. Let's go.
Yeah. See, you can't compare no nigga to me, bro, you know. Niggas real rats around this motherfucker, you dig what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, I did what I did. Trying my best to help my motherfucking brother get out the situation he was in, nigga. I have no regrets for facts. Spider. But don't get it confused, nigga. Don't get it fucked up, nigga. Ain't no rat at me at all, kid. I'd rather die than tell on nigga for real, for real. Only thing I regret is ever in my life fuck with y'all fuck niggas, bro. Fuck all y'all suckers, pussies. And it's a bit different between me and y'all. Y'all nigga pointing niggas out and say they did the crime, nigga. I said he didn't, he did. Yeah, Spider. Pull up to your house like the mailman, nigga. Go! They hit everything, what's the trash cans, nigga? Back to back to back, like it's federal, nigga. Please don't hit the mailbox, it's federal, nigga. Keep a big jet at the clip port, buddy. My shoes dirty, with your cuz, buddy. My brother living life for me, that's love, buddy. Pussy, you killed that kid, that ain't stepping. Pussy, you trying to change, okay, Reverend. You got on your shoes, them just sepping. You shot back when they pulled off, that ain't happen. Yeah, strip it till the draw turn backwards. Free my bro till it's backwards. Stepping in, telling that's backwards. Shot for you, fuck, that's backwards. Lying on your dick, that's backwards. 10 rounds on a stick, that's backwards. Nigga play with this shit, they gon' cap him. I was telling them I'm not just a rapper. I don't want smoke with a rapper. What's in the land, what happened? Hit him from the back of my master. Mink on our toes, Alaska. Yes, I'm from the 3, but I do shit where other niggas be. I'm a big dog with my own, but I like other niggas' treats. Yeah, gonna wreck, yeah, correct. Slug a rat, wounded rat. Fuck that nigga Obama, he still mad by baby mama. Slime like Shawty, make sure you put down your 40. DK, okay, shit, he gay. Hey.
Hey, man, I don't know why I like the toxicity so much. Like, I don't understand it, man. That video that he just released, man, is crazy. It's all over the place. It's a multitude of things. He rapping, the beat switch up. He starts singing and moaning and hollering. It's toxic. He calling niggas out rats and all of this old type of stuff. I don't know why I like that shit, but I like it. I like it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Even after hearing him in the interrogation room talking crazy, I like it. I can't help it. I just can't help it. I love hip hop music. That's a good song. Even though it's something that I don't condone, but it's a good song. Let's get into the conversation, man. I'm gonna play the clip where Young Thug is talking about Lil Baby and QCP's deal and all the foolishness that they got going on, man. Let's go.
Man, them niggas just sold that shit. But they did some bullshit though. They sold they sold the masters too though. That was some bullshit. But hell yeah, man. That was some bullshit.
Yeah, that is some bullshit. And you know what?
That's a bit cold, boy. That's a cold.
I was wondering about that. Like, you know how at first he had told me that he wasn't feeling his situation. I hadn't heard that no one else, but now I started to hear it. I can't remember who said it.
Like when?
So he's not fucking with that. He's not feeling it.
Yeah, no, cause you kicking that. I love you. You the only nigga that stayed down with me. When me and him was on the phone that night, you went to go see that nigga said out of his mouth. But you know, shawty with me. Well, you know, I got him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you saying that you got him on some fake cool shit, like, I got him, but you just sold him. You don't got him. You just sold him. You got you own 100% of this young nigga master, bro. That's not 1,000. That's fuck nigga shit, bro. You own 100% of him.
I wonder, like, why he didn't even offer to sell him some of it, you know?
Man, he supposed to gave him some of it. But I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you was gonna do that, you might as well have just went to him and asked him if he want to buy some of it back. You just gonna sell it to somebody else. If it was a price on it, I'm sure he would have been willing to pay some of it, you know, to get a piece of it instead of you just going and having a conversation without him fully and then selling it, you know?
Yeah, it's for sure. But it's like if I own 100% of Mariah and I'm finna sell my label and all the rights to all the music, all the copyrights. If I'm finna sell all that and make $375 million, but Mariah, the only person with me in the green, and this my folk, like, you ain't never took no meeting without me, like, you ain't never tried to cross me out, you ain't never did none of that. I'm gonna give you some of your masters, you see what I'm saying? I take $300 million before I take $375 million. I take $300 million and give you $75 million worth of your rights back. Cause if I sell the shit and make $375 million, I'm already thinking in my mind I got to give you the $75 million anyway. So before I do that, I ain't gonna even take the money. I'm gonna just give you $75 million of your shit. So and your shit steady growing. And you hold your shit for 2-3 years, you gonna get you $100 million for it. If you hold it for 2-3 more years, you gonna get you $100 million. That shit might accumulate 25 more million. 15, 10 more million, whatever. Like you might sell that shit in 3 years and get 80 million, 85 million. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really on some boy, I love you. Like man, you my little brother. Cause if you take Wham out of the picture, he probably get 100 million. If you take Wham out of the picture, I know for sure you made 275 million on Wham for sure, 100%. He in the green, he not in the red. The label owe him. He don't owe no labor nothing.
I want to stop it for a minute there though, because damn, Thug had access to signing Lil Baby. If he would have had Lil Baby and Gunna on YSL, signed to him, he would have been the big boss, man. He had access to do that too though, but it may have been smarter on Baby's side to go to QCP and sign where the Migos was hotter than fish grease at that time. When Lil Baby first came up, the Migos don't get enough credit for helping Lil Baby evolve, putting him in a situation where that label was hot and the City Girls, and they had a whole bunch of stuff, Lil Yachty and all of them over there at the time. And Lil Baby came in and he was hotter than fish grease, even though I really ain't a fan of his music like that. I think the nigga sound like a Muppet baby, but I ain't hating. I ain't trying to hate. It ain't my place to hate. Now I want to tell you what I'm hearing right here, listening to this phone call. Because we just got through talking about loyalty. We just got through talking about people speaking as individuals and not unified. Young Thug is talking from a loving street hood perspective. But when you in business, you remove that. That can't coexist. That can't coexist because in business, capitalism, the way the United States is set up, feelings and emotions can't be involved in business. I hate to say that, but Young Thug is still honoring street rules and codes. And I don't know to what extent he is, but to the extent when he's talking on that conversation with Mariah the scientist about QCP, talking about he loved Lil Baby and all of that stuff, he's talking about street rules and stuff. I feel as if, business is business. Didn't he say that about Gunna? Business is business. So when he's speaking to the QCP and Lil Baby situation, guess what QCP saying? Business is business. Let's keep playing the audio. Let's go.
He signed the two labels. Both of them motherfuckers owe him. You wouldn't believe that? But goddamn, that was some fucking shit. That was some bullshit right there, I ain't gonna lie. See, I thought he just sold the label. I'm like, damn, boy, that's big. Like, but your mustache cold. You sold a label for 300-something million. What the fuck? Man, your ass sold the goddamn copyrights. Man, you sold everything. You went out bad. Man, you could have got $600-700 million for that shit, nigga. But your ass went out bad. Like, bad. What wrong with that nigga? But now you telling Wham, hold on, I need to talk to you about something serious, but you just holding him off. That's like me telling you, I need to talk to you about something serious. I got a whole pregnant, but I ain't telling you what it is. I'm just like, baby, I need to talk to you. This shit's serious. But I'm trying to wait till I get the abortion to tell you, shit like that. Like, now I got the abortion. Now it came out on the internet. Boom, Young Thug had a girl pregnant, but paid for the abortion. Now I'm just telling you, like, man, that's what I've been trying to talk to you about. Man, you could have been talking to me about that shit. You got damn, you know what I mean? You keep like, I need to talk to you about something. Man, like, what's up? What's up? Nigga, talk. We gonna talk. Yeah, you trying to say that until you get the deal done, because Wham can stop the deal. You know what I'm saying? The people only buying your label because of Wham. They not buying your label because no motherfucking Migos. Them nigga in the red.
Hold on.
Them nigga ain't making no money, huh? Watch out. Nigga in the red. You know what I'm saying? Like, one or two of them done bought their shit back from your ass anyway. Done gave your ass 15-20 million of they little hard earned money. Bought their shit back, so you them sure got all them anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, Man, you 100% wrong. I wouldn't ever do no shit like that, especially to.
You know, that's crazy, man. I want to tell y'all something before I get to the next conversation because I got to switch the topic. I don't want to bore the audience and bore the people that's supporting me. I got a few more topics. I'm off the phone calls now. Hold up. Let me look. Let me see if I'm off the phone calls. Nah, I got a couple of more phone calls. We're going to keep the conversation going, but I want to get into this Beanie Sigel and Jadakiss release that they just released. And you know, somebody AI'd it and put it up under the Clips beat. I released it. I screenshotted it off X, put my graphics around it and everything, and it got 250,000 views. Salute to y'all. Real talk. Salute to y'all, man, because y'all helped y'all boy out, man. Real spill. But I'm excited about this. 2025 has been one of the best years in a long time for the release of music. I'm looking forward to the Mobb Deep, the Big L releases, the Nas and DJ Premier releases. I'm actually looking forward to Drake album right now also because after listening to that Iceman 3 live, I feel like he's been releasing a lot of trash lately. Like he ain't rapping. He can't rap a Christmas present right now, how bad some of them songs is that he been rapping. And he's been one of the best rappers for a long time, man. And I was looking forward to a lot of music coming out. A lot of music has came out. And when I heard this, it just made me excited for Kiss the Mac. I hope they drop it for real.
Drip fool you, them niggas shit doodle. Pasta and lead, I put a bullet in your noodle. Gotta kill them, cause if you don't kill them, they'll sue you. Fuck it, if I get caught, just sell my shit to Hulu. So when I gear up, I'ma let it flare up. These fructose niggas, full of that corn syrup. High in the mix, try to see what they can stir up. Blaming everybody except the guy in the mirror. You know anything about a brick, you know grinding. You know anything about a lick, you know timing. Don Julio, Reposado, throw the lineman. Buck 85 on the wrist, no diamonds.
Since a youngin', all I ever been was top. I rose from the dirt without a stain on my com. Been getting cash money since baby was pushing prime. Fake friends like full quarter, they changed for a dollar. Only roll with young demons for my bloodline. All I gotta say is eating you a plate and it's grub time. Yeah, listen to me, family. I'm connected to the street and all the youngest understand.
That is so hard, like pause. That, you know, man, Kiss to me is one of the greatest rappers ever. Beanie Sigel doesn't get the credit he deserves because on some of those songs that he did with Jay-Z, he smoked Hove. No cap. A lot of people ain't going to say that because they want to get a Hove interview. They want to be signed to Rock Nation, but Hove probably would admit to it himself. Sigel smoked them on some of them records. Real talk. When it comes to integrity and street perspective and stuff, he gave Jay-Z a little bit more edge to him than the world perceived Jay-Z to have when he had Beanie Sigel around. Because Beanie Sigel was the truth. I like what AI did with his voice. He's using artificial intelligence to enhance his voice. I appreciate all y'all leaving those comments in the comment section of that short that did 250,000 views, man, because y'all made me think and remember the greatness of Jadakiss and Beanie Sigel. I'm from the South. A lot of people say that I talk a lot about East Coast hip hop. I talk a lot about West Coast hip hop. Right now I'm talking about the South and Young Thug and his situation and everything. But, you know, I'm going to be honest with y'all and with myself. The South has been lackluster as of recently. Boss Man D-Lo, trash. BG new album, trash. Lil Turk album, trash. The singles that I've been hearing from people like Plies and Glorilla, trash. To me, it's nothing of substance. I would love for an artist to come out and create substance. Offset had a decent record. It wasn't something that I would gravitate to. The best rapper to me in the Southern region right now that's releasing music of substance is J.I.D. Salute to J.I.D. Let me give him a round of applause. If you ain't talking about nothing on the records, I really don't want to hear it, man. I like what Jadakiss said on the record, man. I like what Beanie Sigel said, man. You know, about the 4 quarters, niggas changed for $1 and all of that. The bars was impeccable. I'm a guy that like great instrumentation with the production, and I like to hear some bars. But I want to play what Kiss had to say addressing if there will be a Kiss and Mac album on his show with Fat Joe. Let's go.
Mac, AI, this voice, it sounds excellent.
I love
it. It sounds like old Mac. And then Free went on, somebody was recording, you know, Free said, look out for the Kiss the Mac project. Now, Kiss the Mac project is something me and him spoke about years ago, before he even got shot and all of that. So it was always in the works. It was always a thing of it. And now with social media spreading like wildfire.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Spreading fast.
They
But
want that shit.
I also supposed to do something with Benny the Butcher. I mean, he called me a few months ago. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that can happen right now, ladies and gentlemen. Just be patient.
Let me tell you something. Them bars you spit on that fucking Beanie Sigel song, like you said, the noodles with the doodle.
It's D. Jones song, man.
All right,
motion picture.
Song.
D. Jones. Still counting blessings.
D. Jones got lost in that. You know, you got a big history with Beanie Sigel and that whole Philly and y'all.
Oh, what it did was help everybody.
Yeah, I know, but you keep. I see you keep tripling down on D. Jones.
Oh, he's new artist.
He just get lost in that song.
Nah, he's not getting. This is all helping. This is all helping.
This is all.
You know what's funny about that to me? Salute to D. Jones. The version that I played was something that someone took the lyrics from the song and put them up under the Clips beat, the song that they did with a POV with Tyler, the Creator. I feel like that would be a dope remix. But D. Jones got lost in the sauce, and most of the time you get lost in the sauce. D. Jones, I'm going to check out your record. I'm going to react to your record, your whole project when it dropped. And, you know, give you some love, man, because people ain't even paying you no attention. The only thing they focused on is Sigel and Kiss. And you got lost in the sauce, just like Fat Joe said, real talk. But I feel like that'll be a fire collab. I remember when Beanie Sigel and Scarface was talking about Face and Mac. You know, that'll be dope. But we just did a show reacting to Scarface's interview on Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay podcast, where he talked about can't nothing make him come back into the game because of streaming and how much you have to invest in creating a quality album, and he don't know what the splits is and how he's capable of making money. He ain't made himself knowledgeable about streaming, so he just hung up his jersey. And I feel like Beanie Sigel and Jadakiss will be fire, but Beanie Sigel and Scarface will be fire also. I'm just looking forward to new music from the greats, from the people that's 40 plus and up, who really had those bars, who was really spitting that game. Real talk. Salute to them brothers, man. I appreciate them brothers, man. Keep moving the music forward. I know right now we talking about the foolishness, the criminal aspect, the cases, the snitching, the crime, and all that's going on in Atlanta. But at the end of the day, I appreciate the good music. Salute to Kiss and Mac for releasing that music. I want to move the conversation forward. Brittany Renner and PJ Washington. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? I remember when PJ Washington used to play for us. He's currently on the Dallas Mavericks now. Now, these young boys, they fall in love with these girls with these bodies. These light-skinned girls that's looking for the bag. Relationships is tricky because men is weak when it comes to sex and lust and women just doing certain things for them. I see it every day. I see it all the time. I see brothers crying. I see girls cheating on niggas and all type of stuff, and niggas be ready to off theyself. But this situation is crazy because as of recently, he went to her house to pick up his kid, and she had the camera going before he even came to the door. I know y'all may have seen the clip already. I was celebrating Labor Day and I didn't do the show last week, but I want to give my take on this because I feel like it's necessary coming from a married man who has experiences when it comes to relationships. Let's go.
Okay, hold on, pause. This is what we're not doing. So every time that he does this, I'm gonna record this. Because that's not okay. I'm just letting you know. No, the thing is, this is the third time he's done it. This is the third time he's done it. He doesn't want to go with you. So actually show up and do something then with him. Because he does this every time. No, it's not. No, it's not. It ain't because anybody babies him. You gonna give him his bag and stuff?
That's terrible. 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no, it's not that at all. No, it's not. No, yeah, I will. But I'm telling you right now, every single time you come here and he cries, we're gonna record that. And it's up with me. Just know that it's up.
What'd you say?
I'd love to.
What'd you say?
I didn't stutter.
I didn't hear you say it again.
Suck my dick.
If you had one, maybe I would. Pussy ass
Hey, you
bitch.
wish I would.
Pussy ass. What the fuck you looking at? Get your bitch ass out my driveway, ho.
You don't pay for shit.
Fuck you. You don't pay for shit either. $170,000 to your hoe, but $11,000 in your son's bank account. $11,000 in your son's bank account, but $170 to that bitch. Get out the car. Get out the car. Get out the car. Come on.
Oh, God. I don't mean to laugh at the toxicity, but it's hilarious. Real talk. The feminine part before the man pull up to pick up his child is crazy. And the fact that she's older than this individual and she chose him. And, you know, basically I feel as if she trapped the brother. Women have intentions. They have interest and intentions. Man, I might should name the show Interest and Intentions. What's crazy is that a child crying, children, I have no children. Let me speak to that first. But I know that children love and they feel secure and they have an interest on one side. They want to be somewhere more than they want to be elsewhere. And most of the time it's with the mother, especially as a little boy. The little boy feels loved more. He feels appreciated more. He want to be held by the mother. Then he want to go with his father. And then once initially he's crying. But when they start participating in activities and start having fun and start riding rides and going out to eat and doing things that he normally doesn't do with his mom, then he's happy. He's excited. What's crazy is that he told her to SMD and she said, "I love to." I feel like, you know, the Kevin Gates situation had something to do with this because didn't she just recently marry Kevin Gates? Didn't they just recently call it off? Why is she so toxic? Why is everybody removing themselves from her? It's just interesting. He said 170K to your hoe. That ain't his hoe. That's his wife. He married her. He didn't marry you. She got access to more than 170K. She got access to it all, to be honest with you. And he's in Texas. So by him being in Texas, he's benefiting based upon child support, based upon separation and all of that, because Texas is one of the states where you can get away with a lot. Texas, Tennessee, those type of states, you come up north, once you reach North Carolina going up north, the interest of the man is over with. California, you coming up out the pocket. He might well pay $100,000. If he got traded to the Lakers and was getting the money that he's getting, he'll probably have to give Brittany Renner $100,000 a month because he's in California. Based upon states, they have an interest in your child support services. He said only $11K in your son's bank account. It's not the son's bank account because you have access to it. The son doesn't have access to it. The son probably have unlimited funds when he's in the father's presence. The son don't need $11K. The son don't need $2K. The woman needs more because she feels as if she's the mom. She deserves more. She can get more. She should have access to more. Son don't need that much money, man. Son got more than that. He probably get the son $1 million if the son needed it. But the son a child, he don't need that. You just want that $170K so you can have access to the money so you can do what you want to do. This is sad, man. Relationships is sad, man. You got to find out your interests and your intentions with the people that you fall in love with. Now, I was looking around on social media, on podcast platforms and stuff, and I see this clip that I'm about to play of why she broke up with this brother. This is what she said she left him for.
What was the last straw for you?
Honestly, the OnlyFans stuff. And he told me he had like never like purchased anything and like wasn't doing this and this, and like literally I just gotta tell the truth. I had pulled up bank records that he had in the safe that we had, and I saw all these charges, and it was like a 2-year-old lie, and I'm like, you still didn't tell the truth about this?
Right. And this was for OnlyFans?
Yeah, and there's a lot of other stuff too.
Like what?
Like catching him watching porn of someone that I know, Tiana's.
Damn.
Oops, that's the fucking truth.
That was a Shade Room piece that I clipped up. I didn't know I clipped up the whole thing or whatever, but I did by accident. I just talked about this on a podcast I did with my wife about who protects black women. And if you're on OnlyFans, if you're watching porn, I consider that cheating. But you know what? When I think about it, as a man, it's worth $90 million. And me knowing women, you know, men have unrealistic hormones, especially healthy men that's athletes. And being with one woman and all of that is kind of crazy to be honest with you. I feel as if, you know, I'm married, I'm happy with one woman. That is the lifestyle that suits me. But when I was a youth, it took me a while to get married. I got married at 41 years old. But, you know, as a youth, as a man that has had a lot of money, being with one woman who her thing is to, you know, obtain things, to get finances, to get more and more and more. I don't need this amount of money. I need this amount. I want this. I want that, baby. I need to do this. I want to get this. I need my hair done, my nails done, my toes done, all of that. When I think about that, they get headaches about that. And the woman is looking at your potential and your financial status. And the man is looking at, she's beautiful. I love her. I'm in love. And she is not pleasing that man. He's going to go elsewhere. I hate to say it, but it's the truth of the fact. Hey, man, we about to take a break in the show. I'm going to play one of my records. You know, this is something that is near and dear to me. It's off the latest project that I released. It Was All a Dream. The merch is down below to It Was All a Dream also, if y'all want to purchase some merch. But this is one of the records, man. Check it out. This is the intro record to the album. Let's get to it.
If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. I had to change my mental, upgrade my credentials. How a nigga came up, it wasn't accidental. Now monumental. more like legendary. A player never worry, bumping pop, Hail Murray, trapped off a Blackberry. Ain't contrary to your belief. I made it out them streets, don't acknowledge beef. Kept to play discreet, we too unique. On the winning streak, spent a couple racks at the boutique. I wouldn't change nothing, I'm always me. Never took a plea, nigga, you a flea. I'm your OG's OG. He called me for inspiration. Need a consultation, just make the payment for the conversation. If it's elevation or innovation, my expectation ain't limitation. You need a demonstration. My track record and reputation should be admiration. That's confirmation. I'm decoration for the trenches, off the benches, jump the fences, no penny pinching. We off the hinges. Hit the shot, my team winning. The series clinching. You niggas finished. Never timid. I've been a menace. No old dog, and every day is printed. Haters living 'cause my life changed. Should be happy, but you a real lame. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. My lifestyle been kinda wild. Grew a real foul, but mama proud. Seen a young child take off his style. Wavy nigga, no new now. When they hate, I kept a smile. But meanwhile, I'm stacking piles. Beef, we don't reconcile. My grind, yeah, it's versatile. Run the game like Noah Lyles. New Audi with 0 miles. Been a baller since a juvenile. Never was I in denial. May have fell off for a while, but I'm back at it, didn't change up. Got my change up, kept my chin up for the come up at the Queen's Cup. Never.
Yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed the record, man. We got a couple of more topics we're going to discuss, and I'm going to get up off of this thing, man. We're an hour and 30 minutes in. Some of the things that was leaked from the conversation and the phone calls from Young Thug, I'm not even going to address, because they have been addressed by a multitude of people. I want to get into this Chicago situation because, you know, I talk a lot about politics. I talk a lot about what happened in D.C. as of recently and the cleanup of D.C. And I was for Donald Trump going into D.C. and bringing the National Guards into D.C. because I'm sick and tired of people harming each other for things that is emotionally and feelings based. I feel like people need to get control of their emotions and their feelings. I've seen a lot of content around people addicted to certain drugs and fentanyl and stuff going crazy in Philadelphia and places in the East Coast. And it saddens me to see that. But, you know, choices in life that we make have an effect on our life for the rest of our life. So you have to make decisions that's in your best interest, and you have to have intentions for your others and want to see them evolve and be better also. Let me hit this red. I apologize, y'all. We're going to get into this conversation, though. Donald Trump said, we going in. We going in Chicago.
Make your mind up on Chicago, though?
Well, we're going in. I didn't say when. We're going in. When you lose, look, I have an obligation. This isn't a political thing. I have an obligation. When we lose, when 20 people are killed over the last 2.5 weeks, and 75 are shot with bullets. So let me tell you a little story about a place called D.C., District of Columbia, right here where we are. It's now a safe zone. If the governor of Illinois would call me up, I would love to do it. Now, we're going to do it anyway. We have the right to do it because I have an obligation to protect this country. And that includes Baltimore. I saw where Governor Moore was asking me to take a walk down the street of Baltimore. Well, Baltimore is a very unsafe place. It's rated number 4 in the city, one of the most unsafe places anywhere in the world. But, you know, we took care. This was a beautiful thing that happened in Washington because we showed that it could be done.
You know, this whole situation of him using the National Guard to go into metropolitan cities, to go into what people would say is blue cities, democratic cities, is interesting. Because when I think about Los Angeles, when I think about DC, Atlanta, when I think about New York City, and I think about the unnecessary crime that's going on and how the Democratic Party has rocked people to sleep, basically saying that everything is okay, we'll fix it. But they prioritizing people that's not originally from this country. One thing I'm going to say is that I know capitalism plays a part in what's going on in these cities and these states, but you got a choice to make. If guns is being dropped off in your community, it doesn't mean that you got to use them against your own people. If drugs is being dropped off in your community, it doesn't mean you got to use them against your own people. When I think about him going to Chicago, I don't fear much, but it brings a fear to me. It brings a perspective to me that martial law is coming. And who will it impact? It will impact us all, not just black people. It will impact us all. But I want to play this clip of the Chicago mayor speaking on Trump bringing the National Guard to Chicago. And I'm going to give my final take on this conversation because I find this very, very important to the average American taxpayer, worker, citizen, person who abides by the laws in this country.
First, I'm going to bring up the son of a preacher and the son of a union worker, Mayor of the City of Chicago, Brandon Johnson.
Let's go. Let me hear you, Chicago. Let me get you a little bit more noisy out there. Yes. No federal troops in the city of Chicago. No militarized force in the city of Chicago. We're going to defend our democracy in the city of Chicago. We're going to protect the humanity of every single person in the city of Chicago. And we got the baddest freaking labor movement in the city of Chicago, birthed right here. We're going to take this fight across America, but we got to defend the home front first. And the best way we defend the home front is to make sure that every single worker has a livable wage. That's why we abolished the sub-minimum wage in Chicago for brown and black women. They get raises on top of their tips. This is the city of Chicago, where we have given paid time off for over 1 million workers, 10 days off, the biggest city in America to ever do it. This is the labor movement, you all. On pace to build more affordable units, a teacher's contract that protects black women, a teacher's contract that protects the LGBTQIA community, the teacher contract that protects immigrants. This is the greatest freaking city in the world. We're Chi-Town. Now look, there are some people that have doubts in the labor movement. There are some people believe that we don't have the power to beat authoritarianism. But I'm also a history teacher as well. We have stood up for the interests of workers before, and we will do it again. And no matter what comes from the White House, Chicago will always be a labor town. Are you with me, Chicago? Now finally, we have seen this president shift the largest concentration of wealth into the hands of the few. Justice Brandeis made it very clear. He said we can either have a democracy or we can have wealth in the hands of the concentrated few. But he says we cannot have both. Are you prepared to defend this land that was built by slaves, a land that was built by indigenous people, a land that is built by workers? Are you prepared to defend this land? The people united will always prevail. I need you all to stand firm, to stand strong. If this president decides to continue to break this Constitution, it's going to be the labor movement that stitches it back together. The labor movement that brings black folks, white folks, Asians, it brings brown folks together. This is the city that said keep hope alive. The city that birthed yes we can. And the city that will defend this country. God bless you.
I had to stop it. You know, Chicago has had Michael Jordan, Oprah, Kanye West, Malcolm X, the Minister Louis Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad, a multitude of leaders and billionaires. And the violence hasn't ceased yet. You know, the wine done kicked in. I'm on that Federalist. Have y'all read the Federalist Papers? I'm on the Federalist Red Blend right now. And I want to say, you know, I want to react to a few things he was talking about. He talked about livable wages. He talked about protecting black women, LGBTQ members, and immigrants. You know, in America, when you speak about that, you know, that's a Democratic Party tactic because they feel like those are the people that's going to vote for them the most. And I feel as if, like, you know, nothing wrong with black women, LGBTQ, or immigrants. But you prioritizing them, you are excluding other races, other individuals. You should prioritize the whole. He also talked about defending this land, slaves, and indigenous people. Don't start speaking the FBA language for us to defend, but you're not protecting FBAs. You're protecting LGBTQ members and immigrants. Now, when the Democratic Party was in office and running office, and you was obtaining these billions of dollars, helping migrants get roofs over their head, giving them food stamps, giving them thousands of dollars, you didn't care about the black people at that time. Now that Trump is talking about bringing the National Guard into your city to curb the violence, now you care about black people. Now you care about black women. This is an atrocity. Real talk, man. That mayor don't care about y'all, man. Trump don't care about y'all neither. But the violence has to stop. One thing I want to say about that violence in Chicago is that, you know, this is how I want to close it off. I'm concerned. And the reason that I'm concerned is because I'm concerned that one of those young brothers or a few of those young brothers is going to come together and they're going to react with violence towards the military, towards the National Guard. And I seen the what's his name, Rondo number 9, when he had the rocket in Chicago. I seen those boys do crazy things on World Star and on certain videos that you can't get in Chicago. And I feel like they will protect their territory more than people in D.C. protected their territory with violence. And when they do protect their territory with violence, that's going to make Trump bring the Marines and put the whole country on a martial law. And that's just my concern. And young brothers in Chicago, YNs in Chicago, we got to stop harming each other, man. It shouldn't be that much hate in your heart. I don't got that much hate in my heart to want to hurt somebody else. That's just real talk. Hey, we're moving the conversation forward. I want to close it off, this episode off, with the interview, you know, Perspectives with Big Bank. You know, Big Bank got his own show. He done branched off from Big Facts with DJ Scream and the young lady that he was doing the show with. Even though they still going on, they still got a dope show. But he had Young Thug on the show. And Young Thug he spoke about some important things that may have changed some people's perspectives, and it may have, you know, made some people feel even worse about him. But in this clip that I'm about to play, he talked about betrayal.
When, bro, I don't got my friends, bro. I'm just fucked up, right? I'm fucked up, bro. The nigga who I be with every day, I don't got him no more, bro. I'm fucked up, bro. Damn. I'm fucked up, bro. I don't know what to do, bro. Like, and I ain't lose no nigga to a tragic, or now I lost a nigga to betrayal, bro. You signing that one piece of paper, signing your initials on this one piece of paper could get me a life sentence, my nigga. How you, like, come on, bro. I get a life sentence, all this piece of paper you signed, bro. Just cause you trying to get home fast, or you just trying to get to a hole, or you just doing a certain thing, bro. And you already done betrayed a nigga before, bro. Damn. A piece of paper, nigga, you gonna let a piece of paper in all this shit? Nigga, we men, bro. We brothers, nigga. Ain't no nigga in the world making me go get Ghana. No nigga, bro. Damn. Nigga, what? Yeah, you been around me 10 years knowing you told on our other brother. You told on Duke. Bro, you told on Duke, bro. When them niggas was shooting at you, Lil Woody, I helped you hide. You ain't had nothing to do with nothing.
He said I helped you hide.
I gave you money to put your family and your baby mama and they mamas and sisters them in hotels and do this shit just to help you. I know you ain't had nothing to do with none of that shit. The police know you ain't had nothing to do with none of that shit.
But the niggas in the street didn't know though.
It don't matter. It's up. It's a war at this point. At this point, it's a war. Hide your kids, hide your wife, nigga, go to war. Cause you been standing on that. This whole beef started because of you. The whole shit started because of Lil Woody.
Damn.
Fuck, nigga, why? How the fuck you gonna tell, nigga? This shit started because of you.
Damn.
The whole case, bro. This shit because of you, my boy. The whole case because of Woody. Some sucker shit this nigga did to nut them. Some sucker shit. We just being real niggas and your brothers and standing behind you. Fuck that. You did some suck ass shit, but boy, these niggas better fuck with you.
Damn.
Now you got Shannon, Yak, me, Duke, and everybody else who got them on our side. You got all us going through shit. Because of your own action that you did on your own time. And you folded. You told. You did the worst. I'd rather you tell the ops where I live than tell the police. Nigga, we go to prison forever. Nigga, I'd rather die than go to prison. You better off telling the ops where I'm at, bro. What the fuck you mean move forward, man? You want me?
All jokes aside.
I'm a twin.
I'm sorry for that little clip that played at the end of that, y'all, but that is interesting to hear his perspective, though. But one thing that when I listened to this interview, I wanted to hear Young Thug do was take accountability. And I didn't hear that. But I was clipping up pivotal parts in this show, and I really wasn't listening. And to her, you know, this started because of Woody. You know, I got to be cautious when I say these things because I haven't heard Woody's perspective, though, because I know he's responded. These boys in Atlanta, they doing everything for clicks and likes right now. But when I heard this, you know, the beef started because of you and you snitched. I feel like when people are in cliques and gangs and in collectives as a whole, it empowers people to do things that they normally wouldn't do. So him having you in his corner and knowing you got millions of dollars, he may have acted out of character in the way he normally wouldn't have acted. I don't know him, though. But you got to take accountability, Thug, to be able to move forward. This interview was good. This interview was very, you know, intriguing. But, you know, him saying that it's bigger, it's you know, he was talking about that piece of paper that Gunna signed could have got him a life sentence. It's bigger than a piece of paper. The reason I'm saying that is because folks expect people in their presence to be loyal. I don't know one person that I met from the streets that was loyal. One. When it came down to it, they looked out for their best interest every time. They prioritized self every time. They told me no when they needed to tell me no every time. Loyalty don't exist in that lifestyle. You should take that and run with it and get in and get as much as you can and get out if you have to do that. But by him saying that that piece of paper could have gave me a life sentence, nah, the stuff that you was participating in, the things that you got yourself in is what could have gave you a life sentence, because you didn't have to continue to participate in that once you obtained so much finances. It was your fault. Real talk.
Once you rat or once you turn gay, and I don't got nothing against gay people. It's gay people that work for me. But when I look at you a certain way, if I look at you, if I meet you and you gay, it's like, okay. If I meet you and you portraying that you a man and you not gay, I don't got nothing against gay people.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? If you portraying a certain thing,
you deceiving.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't look at you the same. Yeah. I ain't mad at you for being gay. So what? Everybody, whoever gay, they gay. So what, nigga? I don't got no problem with gay people. Gay people work for me right now. Yeah. I'm damn near around gay people every day because they work for me. I don't got no problem with them. I don't hate that I even brung this shit. I don't want you to take it out, but I hate I even brung it up because I don't even want the LGBT.
They get what you're saying.
I don't even want that community to even think that I'm against them. I'm overly with y'all
You
folks.
saying DL, bro. That's what you speaking on.
Like, if I look at you like a man and we fucking bitches together, girls together, and we doing certain shit, and I look at you and a man like, boy, that nigga, and then I find out you gay, it ain't really nothing you can say to me.
Yeah.
I'ma just look at you like you broke a man code. You broke a code that men with backbone stand up to. You broke that code. You can talk, you can say whatever you want to say. You broke a man code. I don't look at you the same. But in real life, I don't even want to hear what you got to say, but you still supposed to be a real nigga to say, I'm finna say it. I don't give a fuck if you want to hear it or not. I'm finna say it to make sure he know. And that's why I'm doing this interview.
He might not be one to I'm just speaking, stir the pot.
Code. Is it over for the code? The G code. The morally correct code. We're living in a time right now where we see evidence that the code has been broken before we was alive. The code was broken before my parents was alive. We see more people that be in prominent positions tell than we see people abide by the code. Am I wrong? In the comment section, I want to know y'all thoughts. What's the percentage out of 100? People that stick to the code versus people who don't stick to the code. Me, I would say 85% of people, 90% of people don't stick to the code. 10% of the people stick to the code. To me, if I look back over my life, I stuck to the code. The reason I say that is because I removed myself from the streets. Because I didn't want to, involve myself in having to stick to the code or having to tell on somebody or having to get shot or shoot somebody. I said, this shit is for the birds, dog. I just came here to get me some paper and get my family up at this lifestyle. So I say 90% of the people don't stick to the code, 10% do. Real spill. Let's get into this last clip. And I want to play Gunna addressing this afterwards at the very end of the show. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in, though, man. Real talk. I ain't gonna never cap to y'all.
When you got out of jail, you didn't help Slime at all. When you got out of jail, you didn't help Slime at all. Savage sent money to Thug. Wham sent money to Thug. Pluto sent money to Thug. Cash sent money to Thug. Drake sent crazy bankroll to Thug. Gunna didn't send no bankroll to Thug. Gunna didn't pull up on Thug mama. Gunna didn't pull up on Thug family. Gunna didn't pull up on Dolly. Gunna didn't pull up on nobody that has nothing to do with Thug. So it's no way possible you think that Elle was serious when she said you got to get out so you can help Thug. Man, you ain't get out and do nothing to help me at all. You do an interview and say, I'm providing. How? What the fuck you providing it? What you talking about? Why you ain't put up on my mama gave him nothing? I'm so solid, right? That nigga signed to me right now. I'm so solid. I still ain't never took $1 from him right now, and he signed to me. Ever. I still
took $1.
Like I still ain't collected none of my money that he owed me. Right now to this day. Never. Still. Ask him. Never. Man, that shit might be goddamn floating in the wind somewhere. I ain't even stunned looking for it. I feel like that's not godly. That's not a godly gift. I feel like the devil get gifts too. I feel like that ain't a God gift. That ain't a gift God want me to have. I don't want it. I don't want that shit. Fuck it. I'd rather die and then the lawyers figure that shit out. Oh, he made these little $3-4 million off of Gunna music. Get this shit to a kid. Fuck that. I ain't even, bro, I'm so fucked up about that shit, bro. I'm so much of a real nigga, I still can't even be no fuck nigga.
Before I address that, Gunna had just recently done a 5K. You know, he spoke after doing the 5K. He had bet a few individuals. He's prioritizing health and himself right now. But he spoke on something that somebody asked him a question about. And it seemed as if, I'm not sure, I'm assuming, but it seemed as if he was speaking about Young Thug and the situation that's going on.
I can't drill on it because it's like, I see it. You see it. It is what it is. I can't sit in that space though and like, damn, why he hate me? Why he like, I got more shit to do. So it's like staying like busy, staying like mind on like what I got to do is gonna keep me from like not worrying about certain shit that just I can't even change. That go back to like when you see something that you really can't fix it, I can't give it too much attention because I got more shit to do. I can't change how you feel or if you mad or you hating on, I can't change that. And I ain't trying to. Cause you probably don't even got a real reason why you hate me. You just probably going with whatever you think and not know me. Cause 9 times out of 10, you might not even know me. So you can't worry about it. Can't give it too much like, you gonna see it. And sometimes you feed off of it. So I ain't saying like don't acknowledge it and see it, but don't sit on it and trail on it. Like, why they hate like, who's hate like, I see the hate and it come with it. If you ain't hating, you ain't doing nothing. If they ain't hating, you ain't doing nothing right. They hated Jesus. Like bad too. They hate him bad.
You know, Thug was talking about Gunna never did nothing for him. Future, 21, Drake sent him money. And Gunna never sent him nothing. Gunna probably felt as if you didn't need anything. You got me under contract. You got money. You don't need anything from me. Even though when I look back at it and think about it from a street perspective, he could have sent something and showed that he was appreciative because he up too. And he said he never took anything from him. He's up. Both of them are up. Finances shouldn't even be an issue, but he's under contract and he don't even know. They're not even communicating, so he don't even know what he's going to do with them contractually. To be honest with y'all, this is a dirty game. And me closing this podcast out, I want to say that there's no loyalty amongst thieves. I want to tell the young brother something. Remove yourself from the streets, man. No matter what you going through, remove yourself from the streets. We played that Brittany Renner clip also. Don't get caught up with these hoes. Young boys, once these girls start telling you what they want and what they desire and what they need and all of this financial stuff, man, forget these hoes. If she ain't looking out for your best interest and her intentions ain't pure for you, forget these hoes. These hoes are worthless. This street stuff and these emotions and feelings that you abiding by is worthless. I don't have no attachment or no feelings for nothing. I could care about nothing but what's best for me and mine. Make sure that you're a man of morals and integrity. Thank y'all for tuning in to my show. You know, thank you to all the 1,000 new subscribers to the channel. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Google Podcasts, come to the YouTube channel, Trevor Jackson TV. subscribe to the channel, become a member of the channel. I appreciate all y'all, man. Real talk. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money and I'm gone. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.